Hey guys, it's John, and in today's John's Breakfast Club, we aren't gonna have a John's Breakfast Club because I want to talk about my February favorites. Now the first February favorite is a type of footwear. You see, I do have derby boots, as you saw me polish in the video the other day, and those are great for wet and cold weather, and they're also great for casual, smart casual, and dressy occasions. Now, getting by with only one pair of boots in the winter is kind of tough. You do want to polish them. Sometimes you have to deliver them for the repair, as I plan to do with my derby boots. And for that reason, you need a second pair of boots. And the second best pair of boots you can buy, in my opinion, are Chelsea boots. So these are the boots I bought. These are Loke 1880 Chelsea boots. This model is called the Chatsworth. It's in waxed brown leather. Another thing I like about this, let's get into the pros and cons of these boots. And the first pro is that it's got a Goodyear welted sole, which basically means that its sole is fastened in such a way that it's actually watertight. That's very important to me because I do wear this in all sorts of weather, and having them watertight is essential. Now the next pro is that it's waxed leather. I do prefer that over suede. First, because I think waxed leather always can be dressed up better than suede. It looks more dressy. And second, I think also waxed leather is easier to maintain and to give a really nice look to it. You just have to polish it and buff it regularly. Now, of course, there are some cons to this boot as well. I think it's more with me and not actually the boot, but it didn't fit as good as I wanted. I do have a boot that's made on the Jockey G last, so perhaps that last isn't the right last for my foot size, but that's the only type of Chelsea boot I could find, so that's the one I bought. And I'm sure that with enough use, they will get comfortable and they will sort of like break in. Next up, we have a favorite that I've been wanting to get for a longest time, and I didn't really take the initiative to get it until the other day, after I made a video about my Apple Watch. And the favorite I bought is this. This is the LeatherLink magnetic closure for the Apple Watch. So the backstory here is that I use my Apple Watch for sporty, smart casual, casual and dressy occasions. And depending on which occasion I use my Apple Watch for, I replace the watch strap. Now the first pro of this Apple Watch strap is that I think the color is perfect. This leather color works excellently with all my other leather items, such as my belt and my boots or my wallet. The next pro of a leather strap like this is that it doesn't, scratch around when you use it on an office desk or on your laptop, which makes it quiet and comfortable to wear. So I really like that aspect of it. Now the third pro of this magnetic link strap from Apple is that it's super easy to take on and off. Way more easier than I thought it was going to be, and it also feels more secure than I thought it was going to be. Which actually brings me to the cons of this product. And the first con is that I don't feel it's as secure as I wanted it to be, even though it feels super secure. A butterfly clasp closed watch strap feels much more secure. First off, because it doesn't fully open, it always stays closed. So even though the clasp opens, it won't automatically fall off your wrist like this will. Now that's also the second con of this LeatherLink, is that I do prefer a clasp because I feel it looks more dressy, it looks more serious than something without a clasp. Of course, it's hard to get. I was stupid enough to buy the rose gold Apple Watch, and it's super hard to get a leather strap with a closure in the same shade of tint of gold. So this is a very good compromise, but I would prefer a LeatherLink with a butterfly clasp in the same gold finish as my Apple Watch. So now we move on to the next favorite of February, and that's actually this guy. So the backstory here is that I usually only make coffee for myself and perhaps when I have visitors over, a friend. So that's 1 or 2 coffees at a time. So I needed a coffee brewer that was perfect for that size. Now I have tried other solutions for making coffee. For the longest time I had a mocha pot, but I constantly had to pay attention to it so it didn't overboil on my stove, and I felt it was like a mess. I have also tried manual espresso presses, I have tried drip coffee makers, I have had espresso machines, but I've always sort of like gravitated towards coffee press because I feel they are the most effective and sustainable way of making a cup of coffee. They're so hands off. You just add water, put on the lid, wait a couple of minutes, and then you come back and press it and you have coffee. Now the pros of this coffee press is that it's the perfect size. It makes 2, tops 3 cups of coffee effortlessly. The second thing I really like with this coffee press is that it's made mostly of glass and stainless steel, especially the wearable parts. So if you take this apart, we have the sort of like the frame. This is made of stainless steel. Chuck that into the dishwasher. I feel it's very dishwasher safe. This is also glass, so it's inert. It's like a drinking glass. I do feel that this is very dishwasher safe as well. The only thing that annoys me is that this thing is in plastic, which I'll get into in the cons. But other than that, I really like it because it's mostly made of steel and glass. So the third pro of Bialetti is that it's a very old company, and I've actually been to Italy where Bialetti comes from. And the cool thing about Bialetti is that they have the best spare part system ever. So all parts for all the coffee pots and coffee makers you can buy as spares. So if anything breaks on this, I'm comfortable that I can buy spares for this for the next, I don't know, 30 years. So this is a coffee press I'll have for a very, very long time. Now, of course, there are some cons to this coffee press. I don't have many complaints, but the first one is, as I said, that this top lid is made of plastic. I'm not sure about the metallized plastic being that very dishwasher safe, because a thing in my apartment is anything that belongs in the kitchen needs to withstand the dishwasher. Yeah, I wash everything in the dishwasher. It's that if you can't stand up to a dishwasher test, then you are out. So I've thrown away a lot of kitchen equipment because it's my dishwasher has broken it, but that's the way it is. Everything goes in the dishwasher. Okay, so let's move on to the fourth favorite of February, and that is my electric toothbrush. Now, I did used to have an electric toothbrush and I loved it. The thing is that one day it fell in the bathroom floor tiles and it sort of like broke at the top. It's a very weak part of the electric toothbrush. It's like the piston, yeah. So it broke and I figured, let's try without an electric toothbrush. And so I switched over to a manual toothbrush, brushed my teeth, didn't really feel any difference, but as I've used the manual toothbrush for a couple of years now, I haven't had any dental problems, but what I've seen is that I have some pigmented spots on my teeth, and I do have sort of tooth tartar. Is that a word? I hate that word, tooth tartar. So I have some tartar on the backside of my teeth, where it's hard to reach with the manual brush. So for that reason, I decided to invest in a new electric toothbrush. And this is the one I got. And it's made by Brown. It's the Oral-B. I love this brand. And that was the big selling point because it uses the same brush heads as my old toothbrush. And the brush heads are kind of expensive. So by being able to use all my old brush heads with my new toothbrush, that saved me quite a lot of money. I don't know. I don't use any of the programs. I just run it at full and brush away. But I do like the design and I do like the feedback when you press too hard, because it's quite aggressive and you don't want to brush too hard with this brush. And with that, let's move on to the cons. The cons of this electric toothbrush is perhaps the app. That's just the worst. It's supposed to have like this camera tracking and stuff like that. I've tried it out. I deleted the app like after one try. You have to have the place your mobile phone in a very specific position to film your face while you use it. It's like, hello? I'm not going to film myself while I'm brushing my teeth. Yeah, so the app is just the worst. Now, my second con of this product is like, oh my God, could you have any more serious models out for sale? I think there's like 30 different models of one toothbrush on sale, and I'm not sure what I bought. I just know that, seriously, I don't know. It's like a bonus special edition Christmas ribbon, and you know, 86, is it 8600 models? Is that what it's called? No, of course it isn't, but it's almost that bad. It's like, oh my God, could you just have 3 models, making it easy for me to pick and don't make me feel stupid after buying one? That's my main complaint. Landing on a model, what I did was, okay, I found the cheapest model with the highest speed. That's what I did. I used a site like Kelco, Prisjakt in Norway, to find the cheapest model with the highest speed, and I picked that one. Not sure what I picked, but that's the one I picked. Moving on. Now the 5th favorite from February is something you've seen this entire video. Yeah, it's my lapel mic wireless sender. So it's not actually the mic, but it's the sender and receiver for the mic, which means that I'm totally wireless. So regardless of where I am in my apartment, the audio quality and audio level stays the same. And I just love that. The thing is that with video, I've heard that the most important aspect of video isn't the video quality. It's actually the audio quality. So for that reason, a big focus for me all through my YouTube career has been focusing on having the best possible audio for in an effective and sustainable way. And one way of doing that has been to use the Røde Video Mic Pro, which is a shotgun microphone that you attach to your camera. But attaching a microphone to your camera means that if I'm moving out of frame or if my distance to the camera varies, the audio level and the audio quality differs with my movement from the camera. Now, of course, a lapel mic and a wireless sender fixes this. So that's why I chose to go for the Røde Wireless Go. Now, there are a lot of pros to the Røde Wireless Go product, but I'll go through just the most important ones. And what I really liked is the 3-button setup. So you have power on for the sender, you have power on for the receiver, and you have the audio gain adjust on the receiver. And that's it. No more. I love it. It's perfect for casual and semi-professional video production like I'm doing here. Another thing I love is that they made the belt clip for the sender and receiver into a hot socket clip, which means that you can easily connect, attach your receiver or sender, whatever you want, into a hot socket, like the one you have on your DSLR camera. The 3rd pro is that it comes with USB-C charging and 2 super long USB-C charging cables. Generous with the cable length is always a pro in my opinion. Now the last pro that I'm gonna bring up is that they have included a travel pouch for the sender and the lapel mic. So you can stow away your sender and lapel mic into the travel pouch when you're traveling. I usually have my receiver attached to my camera, so I don't really care about that. But having a little travel pouch where you can securely put your sender when you're not using it, that's a real pro to me. So these are my February favorites. It's the watch strap for the Apple Watch, it's the Chelsea boots, it's the coffee press, it's a toothbrush, and of course the Røde Wireless Go. Now if you want more content like this, please make sure to check out my Facebook group, Effective and Sustainable Style. That's where I pre-release content 14 days before anywhere else on the interweb. That's also where I interact with my followers and where members can communicate and share ideas with each other. I'm John Bolmore, a style coach for professional communicators, and I'll see you in the next one.